Hello everyone. In this video of second part of final accounts of banking companies, I shall explain two questions on final accounts of banking companies where we have to prepare profit and loss account along with the relevant notes. Let's get started. Before taking up the questions on final accounts of banking companies, let us once again go through the format of profit and loss account. This format of profit and loss account is also called Form B. Okay. Here on the top we have to write profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March dash means which we have to mention the year. Okay. Then this format consists of 4 columns. In the first column we write particulars, second column for writing the note number, third column for writing the values of current year, and the fourth column for writing the values of previous year. Okay. First heading is for writing the income. Under that we have two notes. Note number 13 is relating to interest earned. Okay. Whenever the bank advances loan, it charges interest. Okay. It is a source of income for the bank. So it comes in note number 13. Along with the interest, if there is discount on bills, that should also be written in note number 13. Okay. Then note number 14 is regarding other income. Okay. Other than interest and discount, whatever the income the banks get, that should be written in note number 14. When you take the total of note number 13 and 14, we get the total income. Then the second heading for writing the expenditure, under that note number 15 is with regard to interest expended. Means on the SB account, current account, then fixed deposit, bank has to give interest to the customer. So all that comes in note number 15. Then note number 16 is with regard to operating expenses like salary, rent or any other expenses. Okay, that should be shown in note number 16. The next item, provisions and contingencies, it does not carry any note number, but the items like provision on debtors like RBD, RDD, etc., it must be shown in under this item, that is provisions and contingencies. Okay, when you take the total of note number 15, 16 and provisions and contingencies, you get the total of expenditure for the current year. Then the profit for the current year can be calculated by deducting the expenditure from the income. Okay, this is how we prepare the profit and loss account of banking companies. Now let us take up the first question. This is the first question. Let me read the question now. From the following information, prepare profit and loss account of Lord Krishna Bank for the year ended 31st March 2016 and show the necessary notes. Okay. The first item, interest on loan, they have 5,18,000. Interest on fixed deposit, 5,50,000. Rebate on bills discounted, required 98,000. Commission, it is showing a credit balance, 16,800. Salaries, 1,08,000. Discount on bills discounted, 3,90,000. Interest on cash credit, 4,46,000. Interest on current accounts, 84,000. Rent and taxes, 36,000. Interest on overdrafts, 3,08,000. Directors fees, 6,000. Auditors fees, 2,400. Interest on savings deposit, 1,36,000. Postage and stamps, 2,800. Printing and stationery, 5,800. Sundry charges, 3,400. Then in the paragraph it is given, bad debts written off amounting to rupees 80,000. Balance of profit from the last year was rupees 2,40,000. The directors have recommended a dividend of rupees 40,000 for the year. Then make provision for statutory reserve at 20%. These are the informations given here. The requirement is to prepare the profit and loss account along with the relevant notes. Okay. Here first we will be showing all the relevant notes, that is note number 13, 14, 15, 16 and also provisions and contingencies. Then the total of each note will be taken to the profit and loss account directly. Okay, that is how we prepare the final accounts. First we have to show all the relevant notes, then the total of those notes can be directly taken to the profit and loss account. So here first we need to identify under which note numbers we have to show each of these items. Coming to the first item, interest on loan. Interest on loan is nothing but the bank has advanced the loan to the customer. So bank will be charging the interest. So it is a source of income. So it should be shown in note number 13. That is interest and discount earned. Okay. Then the next item, interest on fixed deposits. Here customers are keeping the fixed deposits with the bank. So bank has to give interest on those fixed deposits. So it is under note number 15, that is interest expended. Then the next one, rebate on bills discounted required. Rebate on bills discounted, we have already discussed in the previous session. Okay, here it is given that rebate on bills discounted required means at the end of the financial year we have to provide for rebate on bills discounted to the extent of 98,000. So this should be adjusted from amount of discount on bills discounted. Here it is given discount on bills discounted, so it comes in note number 13 along with the interest and discount. This item has to be written. Okay, from the discount on bills discounted we have total amounting to 3,90,000. From that we have to deduct rebate on bills discounted amounting to 98,000. So this adjustment has to be shown in note number 13 because note number 13 is regarding interest and discount earned. Okay, then the next one, that is commission, it is showing a credit balance. So nothing but it is again a income for the bank, but it cannot be shown in note number 13. It comes under other income, so it should be shown under note number 14. Then the next one, salaries, it comes under other expenses, so it is note number 16. Then discount on bills discounted, as I said, it will be shown in note number 13. Then interest on cash credit, here the banks have given cash credit, so whatever the interest charged on cash credit, it should be shown in note number 13. Okay, that is interest earned. Then interest on current account, here on the current account the bank has to give interest to the customer, so it should be shown in note number 15, that is interest expended. Then rent and taxes comes under note number 16, that is operating expense. Next item here is interest on overdraft, that is when the customer has overdraft balance, the banks will be charging the interest on such overdraft. So it comes in note number 13, that is interest earned. Then the next one, director's fees, is note number 16, that is operating expenses. Auditor's fees also note number 16. Interest on savings bank deposits, so here banks have to give interest on SBI account, it comes in note number 15, that is interest expended. Then postage and stamps, it comes in note number 16. Printing and stationery also 16. Sundry charges also 16. So these are the operating expenses. Then in the paragraph it is given bad debts written off amounting to 80,000. So it should be shown in provisions and contingencies. Okay. Then balance of profit from the last year was 2,40,000. So this is the profit brought forward from the previous year. So this should be added to the current year's profit in order to calculate what is the total profit available for appropriations. Okay. Then the directors have recommended a dividend of 40,000 for the year. So it should be shown under appropriations. Then make provision for statutory reserve at 20%. So here from the current year's profit, 20% of that should be transferred to statutory reserve. Okay. That also again comes under appropriations. These are the adjustments required here. Let us see the solution now. First note, that is note number 13, where we will be including interest on loan, interest on cash credit, interest on overdraft, discount on bills discounted. So these three items you can show it separately. Then from the discount on bills discounted we have to deduct rebate on bills discounted, and the remaining balance can be taken to the outer column. But here what they have done is they have added all the four items and then from the total they have deducted this, but that is not the correct way. You have to deduct it only from the discount on bills discounted and take to the outer column. So three items you can show it separately, and this balancing figure you can take to the outer column. Okay. Here the total of note number 13 comes to 15,64,000. Okay. Then we are writing note number 14, that is other income. We have only one item, that is commission, credit balance. Okay, commission earned amounting to 16,800. Then note number 15 is with regard to interest expended. So here we will be including interest on fixed deposits, then interest on current accounts, interest on savings bank account. So total of note number 15 is 7,70,000. The next note number 16 is with regard to operating expenses. Under that we show salaries, rent and taxes, directors fees, auditors fees, postage and stamps, printing and stationery, sundry charges. So these are the item that comes under note number 16. Total of note number 16 is 1,64,400. Then we have one more heading, that is provisions and contingencies, but it does not carry any note number. Under that we have to write one item, that is bad debts written off amounting to 80,000. So here we have calculated the total of each note. Now these total can be directly taken to the profit and loss account. Let us see the profit and loss account now. So here in the profit and loss account, on the top we have to write in the books of Lord Krishna Bank. In the next line, profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2016. The first heading for writing the income, under that interest earned, note number 13, 15,64,000. Then other income, note number 14, we have 16,800. So total of note number 13 and 14, we get 15,80,800. So this is the total income. The second heading is for writing the expenditure. Under that, note number 15 is interest expended. We have 7,70,000. Note number 16 is with regard to operating expenses. We have 1,64,400. Then one more item, provisions and contingencies. It does not carry any note number, but the amount here is 80,000. So total of expenditure comes to 10,14,400. Now, how to calculate the net profit? From the total income, we have to deduct the total expenditure. That is, from 15,80,800, we have to deduct 10,14,400. The balance will be 5,66,400. So that is the net profit for the current year. Then, in order to calculate what is the total profit available for appropriations, here in the question it is given that the last year's profit which is brought forward is 2,40,000. So that should be added to the current year's profit. So we will get the total profit of 8,06,400. So this is the total profit available for appropriations. So then in the next line we have to show the appropriations. The first one, transfer to statutory reserve, we have to transfer 20%. But don't get confused, it is not 20% of total amount here, it is 20% of current year's profit. Current year's profit is 5,66,400. On that we have to calculate 20%. Okay. Then the next, it comes to 1,13,280. Then the next item, transfer to other reserve. This adjustment is not given in the present question, so you can skip that, or you can write nil. Then the next one, transfer or proposed dividend. They have given in this case director proposed dividend of 40,000, that you can write. Then you have to calculate what is the balance of profit which can be taken to the balance sheet. So how to calculate that? From the total profit available for appropriations, we have to deduct the total appropriation. So here we have statutory reserve amounting to 1,13,280 and then proposed dividend 40,000. Together it will be 1,53,280. So this amount has to be deducted from 8,06,400. We get 6,53,120. So this is the balance which can be carried to the balance sheet. Okay. Then down here again you can write the total. This is how we prepare the profit and loss account of banking companies. Then let us take up the second question. This is the second question. Let me read the question now. Following figures are extracted from the books of Varada Bank as on 31st March 2016. They have given interest and discount received 36,95,738. Interest paid on deposits they have given, commission, exchange and brokerage, rent received, profit on sale of investments, salaries and allowances, rent and taxes paid, postage and printing, depreciation on buildings, stationery, audit fees, advertisement expenses, directors fees and allowances. Then, so these are the items given in the table. Then in the next line they have given additional informations. Under that first point, a customer to whom a sum of rupees 10 lakh has been advanced has become insolvent. It is expected that only 50% can be recovered from his private estate. Then second point, for the remaining debts, a provision of rupees 1,50,000 is necessary. Third one, rebate on bills discounted as on 31st March 2015 was rupees 12,000 and on 31st March 2016 is 16,000, which is to be provided for. Then the next point, transfer rupees 6,50,000 to general reserve. Then fifth point, make provision for statutory reserve at 20% of net profit. The requirement is prepare profit and loss account of the bank for the year ended 31st March 2016 in the prescribed form. Here also, just like the previous question, first we have to show all the relevant notes, then we will be taking the total of each note number to the profit and loss account. So now let's identify which item belongs to which note number. Next item, interest paid on deposits. So here bank is paying the interest on deposits to the customer, so it comes in note number 15, that is interest expended. Then commission, exchange and brokerage, they have not given here whether it is debit balance or credit balance. Usually it will be income for the bank, so it comes in note number 14. Okay, it usually shows credit balance. Then rent received, again here rent is not paid but it is received, so it comes under other sources of income, that is note number 14. Then profit on sale of investment, again it is note number 14, other incomes. Salaries and allowances comes in note number 16, that is operating expenses. Rent and taxes paid 16, postage and printing 16, depreciation on building 16, stationery 16, audit fees 16, advertisement expenses 16, director fees and allowances 16. Okay, then we shall see the other adjustments. The first adjustment given here is a customer to whom a sum of rupees 10,000 has been advanced has become insolvent. Okay, so bank had given a loan to the customer amounting to 10,000, but that person has become insolvent. So now the bank is expecting that only 50% can be recovered from his private estate. Okay, from his private estate, the bank can recover only 50%. Now, what about the remaining 50%? So it cannot be recovered at all. So it has to be considered as bad debt. Okay, so this bad debt again comes in provisions and contingencies. Okay, that is the first adjustment. Then the second adjustment, for the remaining debts, a provision of 1,50,000 is necessary. Okay, again regarding the previous point itself, they have to create a provision for doubtful debts amounting to 1,50,000. Again, it should be shown in provisions and contingencies. Then the third point, rebate on bills discounted as on 31st March 2015, that is the closure of previous year, nothing but opening of the current year. Okay, that is on 1/4/2015. Rebate on bills discounted is there amounting to 12,000. Nothing but this amount of discount has been received during the previous year, but it is earned during the current year. So it should be added to the discount of the current year. Then on 31st March 2016, there is a rebate on bills discounted amounting to 16,000. So this means that the discount of 16,000 has been received during the current year, but it will be earned during the next financial year. So it cannot be treated as income of the current year. So it should be deducted from discount on bills discounted. Then transfer 6,50,000 to the general reserve. Okay, it comes under other appropriations, that is transfer to other reserves. Then the last one, make provision for statutory reserve at 20% of net profit. Here again, out of the current year's net profit, we have to transfer 20% of that to the statutory reserve. So requirement here is prepare profit and loss account of the bank for the year ended 31st March 2016 in the prescribed form. Now coming to the solution part, first we will be showing note number 13, that is interest and discount earned. So here first we will be writing interest and discount earned or received amounting to 36,95,738. Here one adjustment is there, that is rebate on bills discounted. As I said in the previous question, if they give you discount on bills discounted as a separate item, then the rebate can be adjusted to that separate item. But here in this question, interest and discount received, they have clubbed and given total amount, that is 36,95,738. So you have no other option other than making the adjustment of rebate on bills discounted to the same amount. Okay, so what is the adjustment required here? Opening balance has to be added and the closing balance has to be deducted. The same adjustment has been done here. The opening balance of 12,000 has been added here and 16,000 closing balance has been deducted. So ultimately the amount comes to 36,91,738. So this is the total of note number 13. Then note number 14 is with regard to other income. Under that we will be showing commission, exchange and brokerage, rent received, profit on sale of investment. Total of note number 14 comes to 4,55,000. Then note number 15 is with regard to interest expended. Under that we have only one item, that is interest paid on deposits amounting to 20,32,452. Okay. Then note number 16 is with regard to operating expenses. Under that we will be showing salaries and allowances, rent and taxes paid, postage and printing, depreciation on buildings, stationery, audit fees, advertisement expenses, directors fees and allowances. So all these items we get the total of 4,45,286. Okay. Then we have to show one more heading, that is provisions and contingencies. Under that, bad debts written off, that is 50% of 10 lakh which comes to 5 lakh, that should be shown. Then one more, the second adjustment, that is provision for doubtful debts, we have to provide for 1,50,000. So total of provisions and contingencies comes to 6,50,000. Now these totals have to be taken to the profit and loss account. So here first we will be writing on the top name of the bank in the books of Varada Bank. In the next line, profit and loss for the year ended 31st March 2016. Here the first heading will be income. Under that, note number 13 with regard to interest earned 36,91,738. Then note number 14, other income, we are going to show 4,55,000. So total of 13 and 14 comes to 41,46,738. So this is the total income. Okay. Then the second heading will be for writing the expenditure. Under that, we have note number 15 with regard to interest expended. Total amount comes to 20,32,452. Then second one, the note number 16 is with regard to operating expenses, which comes to 4,45,286. Then the next item, provisions and contingencies, it does not have any note number. That total comes to 6,50,000. Now total of 15, 16 and provisions and contingencies comes to 31,27,738. Here again, if you make the comparison, total income is more than the total expenditure. So if you deduct the expenditure from the income, you get net profit for the current year amounting to 10,19,000. In this case, they did not give us the profit for the last year, which is brought forward, so it can be nil. So the total amount available for appropriation is 10,19,000 itself. Okay. In the next line, we will be showing the appropriations. Under that, first appropriation is transfer to statutory reserve, that is 20% of current year's profit, 10,19,000 should be transferred, which amounts to 2,03,800. Then transfer to other reserve. In this case, they have asked us to transfer to the general reserve amounting to 6,50,000. Okay. Then transfer or proposed dividend. In this case, this adjustment is not given. Then you have to count the total of these two, that is transfer to statutory reserve and transfer to other reserve. Okay, this is the total appropriations. So here total comes to 8,53,800. So this appropriations have to be deducted from total amount available for appropriations, that is 10,19,000. The balance will be 1,65,200. So this is the profit which will be carried to the balance sheet. Then here down you can again write the total. So this is the solution for the second question. That's it for this session. I'll come up with a few more questions in the next session. Thank you for watching.